Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, a very floaty Lathrix, and welcome to a stolen design. Welcome to the Corruptionalite. Yes, the Corruption Satellite, aren't I amusing? Anyway, this is one of the satellites that recently fought us when we were attacking the Scarlet Dawn. I've gone into sandbox mode, as you can probably see, by the weird, lack of anything, and well, it's so weird when you get so high it does this effect. But anyway, I've spawned in the satellite to see what makes it tick, because I've decided I really want a defense satellite, a satellite to accompany our fleet as a form of literally point defense. I want it to have defense lasers and, well, possibly anti-lasers itself, so I find that the cannons and, well, other kind of things do tend to struggle. I need to stop jumping, because when I jump, I go into space. Because, you know, we're in space. Look, the shots don't come down and stuff. Yeah. So, from what I found, actually, it's surprisingly easy to make a satellite. It's just making them move, which is the only difficult real thing. Because, allow me to show you a new object, and I would like to build a vehicle, and I'd like to build it here. Yep, that piece of wood is right now floating. That is exactly what happens, and if you add the thrusters and the flight AI, it will actually fly there forever, and will, the game will register its current height as a usable height. At the moment, it doesn't, because again, it has no AI, it has nothing really to... I need to add... The first thing you need to do, really, is add a chair. Because otherwise you're going to float off every damn second. There we go, we're in a chair. As you can see, we're floating above space with no issue at all. Because, well, gravity doesn't affect you after a certain height. And you can actually increase this by going into the character sheet and increasing your space captain stat. So, yeah, that's what I want. I really want a satellite. This is the beginning of making spaceships, really. But I love the idea of satellites. Just look at them. Also, the amount of area they reveal is ridiculous. I've actually spawned one of these into the campaign, and it's just amazing. You can see half the map with one of these things. Well, no, not really. But you can see a good 1/12 of the entire map on its own. So, of course, bringing it with you is pretty darn awesome. So, I just want to test out a few things, just to see how difficult it is to make it so that it's valid, so that you know, if I spawn it in, it will actually count it as being a spacefaring vessel and will allow me to always spawn it in at a certain height. So what I'm going to do very, very quickly is just, of course, one of the big things of this is really... So far, what I've seen, the biggest issue is making sure it's symmetrical and that it has an equal... Yeah, that's it really, just symmetrical, mostly on white. That's really it. If you can get the white down, if you can get everything else sorted, then you're really okay, and it tends to be in the correct position. So actually I'm going to just quickly destroy a lot of what I've just built, because I've got an idea, because I do need an engine. Oops. Whoops-a-daisy. That was totally what I meant to do. However, oh, of course, because I'm floating, aren't I? Thankfully with no other force. There we are. So I'm just going to add a couple of the prefab engines. Like I say, this isn't going to be the finished design. This is just me messing around to see how exactly we can make it a viable craft. How do I keep... Okay, I really need to press F3, because what happens is, if you press F3, is that you see the, everything in a different way. Is that... See, this is one block, and it doesn't seem like one block. Oh, not F3, it's not F3 anymore. Oh, Lord, 1 second. I've got the screen in such a way that it doesn't show me all the things correctly. Okay, so there we are. All I've done is changed how the blocks look, and how you do this is either F10 or F11, depending on when you installed the game. The updates don't seem to actually change the controls. It used to be on the side when you're in build mode, but at the moment it isn't, so I completely forgot about how the controls work. Okay, so what I was going to do... So obviously we need it to be balanced. And there goes our little friend there, floating off into space the other way. And obviously you want the heaviest part to be on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is something like this. So we have metal blocks. Just put them down like this. And these will be, for now, just a little bit of, well, a bit of weight. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be just a, kind of like an interspace keel. But not really, because that's not the only function of keels, but you get the idea. Then let's go back to using wood just for a second. Once again, we're just testing out. So 1, 2... There we go. It's F11 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I'm going to do is go into the prefabs. with the terrible engine. This engine is like one of the worst things ever designed, but it's an easy thing to use. And that's the important thing. Now, right now, it won't really do any flippy weirdness, just because we have... It's weird until you actually have it as a true ship and everything. Things don't really respond in ways you might think. Okay, there we are. So we have little engine bulbs there. And once again, we'll just put these down all the way, just so again we've got the heavy section at the bottom using the lead, because the lead is ridiculously heavy. So today we're just testing, like I say, today we're learning, because I've never done this before, and tomorrow, or at least the next time I record, I'm going to be actually building a true satellite. I'll try and build a satellite as much as I can, obviously now, but who knows how much will actually happen. So lead blocks, and 1, 2, and we'll just keep it like that, just for now. Okay, so now with engines, what else do we need then? We need thrusters. Now, let me just save the vehicle as it is right now. Just call it, Craplite. I don't know Crapalite. I don't even know. It's a terrible thing. Who cares? So, next, of course, we need the AI segment. So, what I'm going to do is this. AI, mainframe, goes there. We should be facing that way. And then we need the... Front and back would work here, wouldn't it? Yes, good. And then we want the aerial. Now that I did see, because I had a look at the other vehicle, the one currently floating around, about how they set up theirs, and basically it was something like this. This was at max. This was at, I think both these were at max, then this was at none, because you don't want to roll. Then this was at 1,300 and something, I don't know why exactly, and that was at 1,300 and something. Again, I don't know why exactly that number. Then this was ridiculously high, and pretty much like that. I think that was very high as well. Okay. Because obviously you don't want this bot to try and roll. If it tries to roll, then you're basically done for. At least from what I've seen. Again, I could be very wrong with everything I'm saying. This is a learning experience, and I will learn from mistakes, as every human does. There we are. They had these as well, so again, I'm just kind of copying what the other... Basically, I've had a quick look at the other vessel currently floating around us, and I've took inspiration from that. A bit of weird, like, FPS, kind of like... It's been choppy recently. I don't know why either, since I'm on... Apparently I'm recording at full 60 FPS. No idea what's going on there. So, the up and down thrusters were weird. How it had its was only one side actually had the up and down thruster, and that was the way forward. So let's just, again, copying what it has, let's put this out one further. So it's like this. And it had it, so it had its ion thrusters like this. And then one on the opposite way. Is that facing out? Ooh, I think I've done this wrong way around, haven't I? That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Had the same there. So you have to face it towards it. Okay, so it's an opposite kind of system. Oh, it's doing its own thing for some reason. It's wanting us to twist. Whee! Well, we've just tilted. Is it stopping itself? Yeah, okay, it just stopped itself there. Why did it stop itself there for? I don't think it even used it. Okay, odd. Odd. I think I'm going to need to have another look at the other one. First of all, though, is the corruption light now... does it now have a true... Yep, it now has a true altitude. That's awesome. Which means now it does actually count as being a satellite, so it can be spawned once again. Oh, sorry, no, the crap light I was meant to say. Yep, it now actually understands where it should be. So let's have a look at the corruption light. Okay, so let's see how its thrusters are done. So if you look here, it has... Where's the thrusters? Has one there facing away. So which way's forward on this? So forward is here. See, there's the up and down thruster I was talking about. Then it has these, yeah, that's fine. So where's the other thrusters then? It has a single thruster to push it forward by the looks of it. Then how does it turn? How does it turn? Ah, then again at the front it has two turning pieces, which are replaced on the other side by armor-piercing warheads. No, it isn't. It's just... Oh, by metals, by a piece of metal. Okay. then these aren't replaced by anything at all. Okay, let's go back to our currently tipping friend. Again, I do apologise for mistakes I'm going to make, but again, this is just how you need to learn sometimes. As I find I don't really learn very well from guides, I learn better from actually understanding what the hell's going on by sometimes just utter failure. So we're at the centre of mass be at the moment, really, really low. So I suppose I wanted... If I was going to add a thruster, I guess I want it here. Oh, we're using the thruster apparently, we're using our engine power for something. Are we moving? Be cool if we were moving, then the sideways were here, weren't they? Like there, then I guess it would be... I can hear ourselves moving. That's us, isn't it? Okay, so... Oh look, we're moving! Yay! Problem is, we're going directly upwards. We're going to go way too high. Well, you can't really go too high, but you get the idea. We're going up. We don't really need to go up, and for some reason we are. Are we actually going the correct way? That's the question. It's really hard to see where I am. So I need to go over here. So I've ordered myself to go over here. Crap light. Fleet move. Oh, I'm turning. Oh, is it going to be correct? That's just because of how light we are. Our turning is a bit too strong. Are we facing the right way though? Oh, we are. Yay. Okay. So we've got it to go the correct way at least. So the AI understands how to move us. The big problem is we're still. Oh, we're not tilted anymore. Oh, then it works. We've actually got a working satellite. It looks terrible and it's very, very rocky, but that actually works. The reason why it's like this is just because the thrusters are too strong, you see, so it's pushing itself too much one way than too much the other way. I may just quit this and see if I can reduce the FPS lag. Again, I don't actually know what's causing it. I've got full FPS. I've actually got 60 FPS. It's just in-game. The in-game's messing around. I've actually had a lot of people say it's like this since one of the recent updates, so it could possibly not just be me. Okay, so now, that's actually awesome. So I actually understand the very, very basic fundamentals. The very basic fundamentals about this. Look how terrible this is. So really, the big problem is what kind of weapon would work? Because you have to realise, I'm at 2,000 plus. A laser would work. I've made lasers with far more than 2,000 before. We could have a laser satellite. Oh my god, a laser satellite. That'd be aggressive though. Be cool though. Be very cool. How do I do that then? So if I wanted a laser satellite, I guess you'd just have to start the laser system here. No, not mainframe. Where are you? Do you know what would help if I actually pressed laser? So we'd have to put the multi-purpose laser like there, and then, I don't know, look, this is going to look really stupid by the way. Once again, this is not going to be my ending satellite. This is me learning. This is me learning the very basics of a really cool kind of crap. I don't know why I did it like that. You know why? Because of science. I don't know why science, but science. Where are you, you beautiful cavities? Again, this is going to be really stupid, and please forgive me for how stupid this is about to look. There we are. Okay, I'll be right back though. I'm just going to see if I can sort out this weird FPS loss. Okay, that seems a bit more stable. I've turned the settings down. Apparently that worked. I think it's something in the settings currently just messing up. Not really sure why. I've got a pretty darn good computer with dual GTX 980s and 32 gigs of RAM, but apparently that's not enough these days. What am I doing? What am I doing? That sums up the entire episode, I think. What am I doing? This would connect, wouldn't it, just using those? Like, yeah, it would. So the range would be the frequency doublers, wasn't it? Armor piercing value. Which one increases the range of the darn thing? Because I can't remember for the life of me which one actually increases range. And yes, I do realise our engine is nowhere near powerful enough for this. So basically it's going to do one shot and then take forever to load, and then one shot and take forever to load. It's going to be, yeah, it's just going to be how it is for all eternity. Sure. I should have done the other round. Oh well. So currently range of 0, etc, etc. So let's figure out which one is actually range then. So this is the damage. Will it actually count if I'm not putting in... No, so I need to actually start pumping in some power first of all. Oh, that poor engine! It's gonna take forever to charge. My poor engines. Help me! Does that say minus 300? There we go. So 200. So 2,000 rather is its range already. So that should be able to hit the ground then, shouldn't it? Small problem is I can't actually use it from here. Be cool if I could, but I can't. So technically speaking, that should be able to fire directly onto the ground. So what I'm going to do is quickly, okay. Actually, maybe I shouldn't detach myself from the vehicle, so this way I'm still stuck to the vehicle. I'm just going to put something on the ground like a Sea Viper or something and see if we can actually shoot it, because if it can, that would be freaking awesome. And then of course we can actually build a true vehicle around this idea, this concept. Okay, now I'll detach myself. Can't even see it, that's amazing. So load vehicle, because I want it directly here, just duck. What the hell is duck? I don't even know, I think it's just a random block of thing I never finished. Load duck. Nope, no shots. Shoot! Oh, I hear our friend shooting it there. But we aren't, so our range is probably bugged in some way, because, well, let's face it, we just made the worst kind of thing in existence. Oh, I know what would help. Just thought. Q switches. We don't have any Q switches. Where's the one with the... Yeah, that's that one. Oh. I'll be honest, I was hoping it would just go pew and then everything would work. Sadly not. So we'd actually have to make a true laser system. We can't just make a cheap system with no engine power whatsoever. Basically is what I've found out. Okay, oh, so the range is too low now. Okay. Let's see, is it this one then? Let's just pop back. Pulse laser damage range 3,000. We're only 1,000 above the ceiling, so we should be able to shoot from here. And hit the ground, but apparently not. Okay, let's spawn an enemy here, and let's just make sure the laser's actually working. Oh! Everyone, okay, who was just facepalming at the fact I hadn't added a very basic thing called the weapon controller? Because I am. I'm facepalming now. I mean, I'm literally facepalming right now. Which means we still have hope. I like it when we have hope. And yes, there'll be a remarkable small amount of editing in this episode, because I have no time to record today. This is me. So right now, as you can see, it's no longer balanced, and the whole vehicle is tipping horribly. And that's why you need it to be balanced. Look at that. That's terrible, isn't it? Okay, so once again, let's make sure it's working, shall we? Load vehicle, duck, Deepwater guard side. Yay! 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 That's doing a surprisingly high amount of damage. I mean, that is metal. What was I building? Oh, yeah, I remember what this was going to be. You don't need to know, but it was going to be terrible. So the question is, can this fire from space? Because if so, that's freaking amazing. Goodbye, duck. Okay, let's get back down to the surface again, and let's spawn in a duck and see if the laser actually works. Plenty of failure, minor success. That is the Lafrixian way. Okay, and load. Duck. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! It's missing because it's how inaccurate it is. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's very rare at the moment I get like excited anymore like games like this, but oh, that is beautiful. We can have space lasers. We can have space lasers. It's almost as good as a shark with a freaking laser beam on its head. That's just astonishingly good. Oh, that is so cool and so easy to make as well. I mean, obviously I've screwed up a bit, but if you just have basic symmetry... Oh, I'm going to have a laser satellite. I'm going to make so many satellites. Thank you so much for being there and allowing me to find out how the hell you... So, of course, Ooh, whoa! I just suddenly twisted a lot. So that's awesome. So I even figured out how the movement works. That is actually really... So obviously, the turning won't be so bad because you have to remember this whole installation here, which is a fair bit bigger than my installation, has, well... Has... Where are you? Only 2 movements. And we also have 2 movements, and we're about a fifth of the size. So it will be a lot smoother in the future. Look how terrible this thing looks. That's so bad. That's so bad. It's so terrible. Okay, so let's just lasers. Oh, what was it using anyway? Was it the frequency doublers in the end, which are the armor piercers? So at least we pierce the armor of anything we touch. So you have to make a. I imagine the laser system has to be freaking huge for this. I mean, surely, because well, how big are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can go away. There we are. That's our satellite for today. It actually functions. We're tilting more. We're tipping more. We're going to tip into... Oh, crap. Basically, we're too top-heavy. We're too top-heavy amongst 110 other problems because, again, balance hasn't really been done. It was working before because all the weight was basically here. Let's see if we can maybe redo that. Oh, it's already trying. Yeah, it needs a lot of balance work. It seems like when you're building, you need to do small bits at a time until you're very comfortable with it. Obviously, I'm not comfortable with it just yet. And then eventually you'll figure out how the hell the thing works and how it places in the world. Now stop. Oh. Yeah, that's just so badly weighted. Okay, well, anyway, I'm afraid this was a short episode today. Today was the learning episode. This is like a half episode. I might even call it a half episode. This is like 45.5. I hope you've enjoyed it regardless, and I've learnt some very basics about the satellites. I'm going to go off now and do some stuff off camera to find out the less basic stuff, so that we can actually build this thing and build a functional version that will be a permanent addition to our crew. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the episode, and of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Now with laser satellites. Thank you, and goodbye. Okay, here's a little extra clip for after the outro, I think. Well, for a bit of extra confusion. I did a little bit more off camera, including messing around with the settings of the AI, replacing the thrusters and making sure the weight is more evenly distributed on the top. And I am happy to say, I think I now have a functional satellite. As you can see, it actually goes towards the target. It was just turning to the right, which is fantastic. It will now move correctly towards the point you want it to go to. It turns just fine, and it doesn't angle itself quite so much as it used to. It still does slightly, but that's just because the thruster isn't perfectly on the point of mass, because the point of mass is currently between 2 blocks, which makes it quite difficult to actually do. So there we have it, our first functional satellite. I mean, I'm happy to say that. This thing actually works now. The main differences with the other one was just really just a few settings here, such as the angle deviation. It just seems to make it more responsive towards going, you know, the correct way. As you can see, is now. It'll correct itself again in a second. The thrusters are still too powerful. I have them on 0.5. Okay, there it goes. It's turning again. But I could put it down to, it's really turning, down to perhaps even 0.1, and that would stop the deviation. As you just saw, it deviated all the way to the left, then to the right, then to the left, and that was causing the kind of sway effect, but that doesn't really do much other than just waste time, so it's not a huge issue, really. So, yeah, there's the very, very basics of a satellite, and I'm happy with it, which is lovely to see. So, again, thank you for watching, and everything which I said earlier applies now. Thank you, and goodbye.